Hey guys, what's up? Bargainman Hobo here, and welcome back to another episode of Men in Black Fridays. Now, for the past 5 years, we've looked at games based on the Men in Black franchise, and while some of them have actually been alright, most of them just aren't that great. Now, last year we looked at the franchise's first handheld outing, which was not great. Well, it seems the rights holders wanted to milk this franchise for all it's worth, because today we're looking at the sequel. So, did the sequel learn from its older brother's mistakes, or should it get abducted alongside it? Let's find out. It's time to Hobo up!
The story is, well, I have no idea what the story is, if there even is one. You're not given any info on what's happening in-game, other than go get 4 pairs of sunglasses. And since I don't have the manual, I went looking for a scan of it on the internet, and I found Bubkiss. And heck, the game doesn't even give you an intro cutscene. You know what? I don't think there even is a story, other than some blurb I found about cloned agents, so let's just move on. Gameplay for Men in Black the Series 2... let's just call it Men in Black 2, shall we? Anyway, gameplay is a side-scrolling platformer affair. You have your choice of either playing as Agents J or K, but they literally play exactly the same. The only difference between them is the skin color on the sprite. Anyway, your task, as mentioned, is to find 4 pairs of sunglasses. Sound easy? Well, it's not. The first level took me 3 tries to get all the sunglasses. They're not in obvious spots, and these levels are basically mazes. You're given very little indication where to go aside from vague arrows that point in directions you may have already gone in. You can get damaged really easily. Enemies are lethal on contact, but you don't go flying back when you take a hit. Rather, if 1 pixel of something that hurts you is brushing against your pant leg, you take damage until you get away from it or until you die. And the enemies are either ambling around, flying toward you, or shooting at you, usually from off screen. Most of them take multiple shots to kill, but can kill you faster than the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And it's not just enemies that'll shred your health bar like paper. There are hazards all over the place, and you take fall damage. Fall damage in a 2D platformer. And on top of all of that, terribly, and I mean terribly, telegraphed bottomless pits. You often won't know they're there until you've already fallen into them. And bottomless pits are not the only time the game does a poor job telling you info you sorely need, and we'll touch on that as we go. So, can you defend yourself? Yes. Barely. Your starting weapon is a dinky little pea shooter that takes multiple shots to destroy anything, and once you shoot, you can't shoot again until the first shot leaves the screen, either by hitting something or flying away. You can hold the button down to keep shooting, but your shots are so weak it'll take forever to kill anything, so you're better off just avoiding enemies if you can. Now, you can shoot in 5 directions. Left, right, straight up, and diagonally left and right, but you can't shoot diagonally without moving, which puts you out of range of the enemies you're trying to shoot up there. Ugh! Now, you do get some helpful items along the journey. Of course, you have your standard health packs and extra lives, but you also get other weapons. These are more powerful than your starting weapon, but they're temporary, and like the pea shooter, you have to wait till your shot goes fully off screen before you can shoot another. And you get these little sun-looking things that say bonus when you pick them up, but I'm not sure what they do. Maybe like the coins from Super Mario Bros, wherein collecting a certain quota gives you an extra life? I don't know. Now, sometimes these weapons are all but mandatory to get past obstacles. Take, for example, the spot in level 2. This floor turret is constantly firing, and those bullets are one-hit wonders. I wasted tons of lives trying to get past this, and then I had a thought, if I can't get past it normally, maybe I can destroy it. So earlier I'd seen a grenade weapon, so I got that, and I mean, the checkpoint was right by it anyway, and I kept trying to destroy the turret. For a while I had no luck, until I accidentally hit the right spot to finally destroy the dang thing. Then later, there are these ceiling turrets shooting downward, so I tried shooting those for several minutes, but no dice. So I ran over to the left and found a red box on the ceiling, and I kept shooting it until it blew up, and that was what I needed to do. The ceiling turrets were off and stayed off for the rest of the level. How was I supposed to know to do that? How was I supposed to know you could destroy it? The game didn't tell me it could be destroyed, so I thought it was a background piece. Oh, but the floor turrets? Those come back after you respawn, and once I accidentally did jump through the one that was giving me so much trouble. This game is maddening sometimes, but it does do a few things right. First off, the controls are responsive, so that's good. And when you collect a pair of sunglasses, they stay collected even one of your players has a game over. Now, what do we mean by players, you ask? Well, you see on the main menu, there's an option for a number of players. You can have a max of 8, and each quote-unquote player has 5 lives. Setting this to 8 is basically a 40 lives cheat code, and trust me, you're going to need every single one of those, because this game eats lives like Pac-Man eats dots. Because everything hurts you, and because there's so many bottomless pits, you're going to die. a lot. In most of the stages, there's a boss battle. With whatever health and lives you have left, you've got to fight these bosses. They're usually pretty annoying but manageable, except level 4's boss has 4 guns to shoot. You have to keep moving to avoid the bombs and the explosions of these bombs. In fact, all the explosions in the game take way too long to go off screen, and yes, you can get killed by one. But when you destroy the guns, they also explode, and you're all but guaranteed to die if you're in the blast zone. One boss fight in particular, however, will haunt me for the rest of my days on this blue ball we call Earth. It's a boss fight in the safe house level. See, you get a stronger gun with infinite ammo, which sounds good, right? Now, look at this. What do you think you're supposed to do? Do you destroy these little machines on the sides? No. Do you kill a certain one of these enemies? Nope. You know what to do? You have to kill a certain quota of enemies before the neuralizer appears. Again, the game didn't tell me that. The level leading up to it, I only died about twice, but this encounter drained the vast majority of my lives. These enemies are super fast, and as we've discussed, if you're touching something that hurts you, you're constantly taking damage. Plus, hitting the bumps in the pipes also hurts you. And let's not forget you can fall in the hole in the middle and die that way too. But I will give this game some credit. It does try to be creative. In the safe house level, you have to collect suits that make you undetectable to the cameras that power the turrets, so you can get whatever's behind them. Or you have to get these key cards to open up doors, and there's a rocket launcher weapon to blow open locked doors as well. Unfortunately, the poor telegraphing and lack of information makes this a chore to figure out. I understand being creative, but I need a little more info than this game. The only way I was able to beat this game was with brute force. You get passwords every time you finish a level, and thankfully they're simple 4-letter affairs. And you can just look these up, that's why sites like GameFAQs exist. This game just loves Beginner's Trap, and it's a habit that it carried from its older brother. A lot of things you're not going to see coming that will kill you. I've mentioned a few, but here's another. Laser beams. The laboratory level, which is the second to last level in the game by the way, has these huge laser beams that fire out of nowhere at various points. You have no warning where they will be or when they will start. They take a long time to stop, and they can kill you quickly. Just like everything else in this game. I can't tell you how many Agent J's and Agent K's gave their lives for me to finish this game, but I did it. Whether it was by skill, coincidence, or sheer dumb luck, I beat this stupid game. Now, normally I don't spoil the endings, but this time I think I need to. The final level, which isn't even as hard as the level before due to the lack of giant laser beams, still offers plenty of crap. There's slime dripping everywhere that takes way too long to fully go off screen, and it's constantly dripping, and moving platforms that are easy to miss, so you fall, not only taking that stupid fall damage, but losing a ton of progress. I dug deep and persevered, and the final boss isn't even a boss. It's just a platforming section, and not even a timed one. You're not being chased, the room isn't filling with lava or acid, so you can go at your own pace. But you'll still die plenty because the moving platforms are moving in such a way that your margin of error is tiny. If you're off, even by a pixel, you'll go falling back down. Now if you're lucky, you'll land on an earlier platform. If not, you'll land on the starting platform, likely take fall damage, or just fall to the bottom and die. But I'd come too far to let the game win. So with what little patience I had left, I kept pushing my agents until one of them made it to the top and won. And guess what? The ending is literally a single screen text ending. Yep, after all those deaths, after all that cheap bullcrap, after all the middle fingers the game gave me, after pushing through to force down that last bite, the game says good job, shows you your score, and then boots you back to the title screen. You don't even get credits. You have to manually select them from the main menu. They really didn't want to take responsibility for this one, huh? Now for the presentation, I'll give this game a couple more points. The sprite animations are nice, and the backgrounds are well detailed and fun to look at, with a nice use of colors, and they just look good. My favorite backgrounds are the forest and the safe house levels, and the music is Gameboy-rific. If you grew up playing the Game Boy like I did, you might appreciate the nostalgic tunes. If you didn't, you might get turned off by them. The sound effects wind up becoming pure noise pollution. The game can't even play all of them if there are too many. Even the sprites can't all show up if there's too much action on screen. This might be a case where the game is better to watch someone else play than to play it yourself. Alright then, no more delaying the inevitable. Time to put a close on this mission.
Well, there we go. There's Men in Black 2 on the Game Boy Color. How is it? Let's look at it and see. How's the gameplay? Well, the game did learn from some of the mistakes of its older brother, but unfortunately it takes just as many steps back as it does forward. Yeah, the controls are better, but your spray bottle pistol takes way too long to destroy anything, and meanwhile the enemies can pull health away from you faster than you can pull a peel off the banana. And, let's not forget, all the cheap bullcrap, how you can just lose health so quick, And then, those instant death pits that are poorly telegraphed. Also, falling damage in a 2D platformer is not okay, no matter how you slice it. While there was some fun here and there and some creativity, it just wasn't enough. Now the presentation does fare a little bit better because the backgrounds are cool, and the sprites are nicely animated, and the music is Gameboy-rific, but unfortunately, the cons far outweigh the pros. This is banned to the bin alongside its older brother. Well, another one bites the bin. That's just how it goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video more than I did playing this game. And if you did, by all means, please like this video, comment, and subscribe, ring the bell if you like notifications, and come back next month when we become one with a cookie. Until then, this is the Barkerman Hobo saying be brave, dare to slay. I'll see you next time. Hobo! Hold on a minute. You know what? I just did not do that right. One sec here. Alright, so you guys like this cool little Game Boy skin on my phone? Look at it and